my garden revels. We've gone through the winter solstice, we've gone through the holidays, and our houseplants might be looking a little bit neglected. I want to go over some tips and tricks on how to make sure your houseplants look as wonderful and as happy as they can be. All those details coming up. My first and biggest suggestion by far is just to clean your plants. And I want to stab this huge misnomer on plants right in the heart. I want to make sure that we all are on the same page. A great gardener isn't just that the plants always look good, because plants, like people, have their times when they look really good and sometimes when they don't look so good. So just because your houseplant isn't looking as happy, it happens to all of us, no matter how many years of gardening we've gone through. And a really big secret, in fact, is that good gardeners know that when plants don't look as happy, we can help them just by taking off their old leaves or anything that doesn't look good to the eye. And you'll see right away, they immediately looks happier. So here I am looking at this Aglinema Silver Bay. It usually has these bright white spots on here, and you can see it's a little bit dull. But even worse, I have these dark leaves on here, and I know exactly what those dark leaves mean. It means that it got too cold in here. I think our heater went out for a few hours during the cold part, and it froze these leaves off. These will never come back nicely, so just taking those off. And you can see too, it's just taking my time going all the way to the very beginning of the leaf and slicing that off. And if I did that, now it might make the plant even more barren than it is. But hopefully with the longer days coming up, they will sprout new leaves. Another small detail on this plant here is these come up with this beautiful strong stalk. Sends out that leaf or a bunch of leaves from the tip. And this stalk itself has this browning old scales of leaves, and you can take those off as well. Brown tends to attract our eye when we really want green. Just keeping that, just doing a little housekeeping makes all the difference. Here I was a little bit too rough with it and took off the entire leaf, although this had some burn on it as well, some freeze burn. Hopefully we'll have some new leaves come out of that. But go through, take our time, take off any ugly leaves. little bit of damage here. You can see that discoloring there. So just by taking off any of those frozen leaves, our Aglinema looks much better. Now here's a tip while we're at it, giving your houseplants a good dose of flower power helps keep the leaves nice and deep dark green. So just add a little bit to the next watering, and we do that about once a month for our houseplants. Also, while we're at it, is we can prevent a lot of insect damage that we get from the warm temperatures of the house. So adding in a little bit of insect terminate will also help keep your insects down. And yes, you may add the flower power and the insect terminate and the same watering. Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, delicious, delicious. Hum, yum, 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 yum. Hum, yum, 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 yum. And on your mix containers, just check to see whether there are any plants that maybe did not even make it, and simply pull those plants out. Now I'm gonna stop right there, cleaning your plants, giving it a little bit of good food with a little bit of medicine to stop any of the insect damage. Gives it a good start to get through winter and into spring. Next week I'm going to go over repotting plants, and we're going to go over training plants as well. Guys, that's the tips and tricks for this week. Always live your passion. Gardening inside can be fun too.